What we can see was stronger than we could imagine. Even my husband started to get into a strong state of anger. So he called the police. Suddenly, a voice quickly approached us, and we couldn't tell by the weak torchlight to see what is approaching us, only seeing two black shadows. A scary true story. The story is titled, Children of Shadows. My husband, daughter, and I used to live in Ohio. We had a small farm to grow. The corn and our house are in the middle of that farm, where the field surrounds us from all directions. It was not near Jiran, as in farm areas. Me and my husband to our bed, and my daughter Madison is in her room, sleeping, and I make sure the farm gate is locked, as well as the door of the house. Before I went to bed, it was midnight. There was a commotion and noise that woke me up. I fell asleep and rose from my bed to the window. To see what's making this fuss, I noticed it. Something was moving in the cornfield. The gate was open, so I ran to my husband and woke him up, and told him. Only he said, "Maybe an animal or something goes back to sleep." Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell button to receive all new. I did not rest for this justification and decided to go down. My shock was great when I saw my daughter's room open, and my senses flew because my daughter is not in her room, and here my voice rose. I was looking for her and my husband came. He was trying to reassure me, but he was no less concerned than I was, and we started looking for Madison inside the house. Then we went out to look for her, using the phone's flashlight. My husband tried to dispel the darkness in the cornfield, so we can see what's in front of us. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell button to receive all new. We got a flashlight on the phone to the middle of the cornfield, which was devoid of planting, except that Madison. She was standing there. We had her back and there was a silhouette wearing her clothes. How frightened I was and screaming in the name of my daughter. As for my husband, he was shivering with terror and tension. Even the phone in his hand was unstable and vibrated severely. What we see is more powerful than we can imagine. Even my husband started to get very angry, so he called 911. Suddenly a voice started quickly approaching us. We could not, by the weak light of the searchlight, discern what was approaching us except to see two black shadows. One rushed towards my husband David and knocked him down. The other towards me, handcuffed and gagged me. Except I could see in the dim torchlight when he fell from David, to suddenly notice another short shadow between the atom. Those shadows rushed over and attacked something behind me. It was evident that fierce fighting was raging behind me, and soon after, a strong light flashed for several seconds, and with it, I was even more frightened. So those little shadows showed their features. They were young children, but they were so disfigured that there was no part in their bodies or their faces. It wasn't distorted except that they were smiling. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell button to receive all new. The light disappeared, and with it, these children disappeared. From then on, the dark shadows began to appear. Disappearance, and I heard it whisper in my ear, "Mama." It's her voice, the voice of my daughter Madison. And how much hysteria I was. I pick her up in my arms, trying to make sure she's okay. And it still exists. She is trying to calm me down and tell me she is fine. Madison told us that there are some men who have tried to take it, and they took her clothes and put them on the silhouette of the mummy. So don't look for me, but these kids came from their world and took these bad guys with them. And save me. And save any other child from their evils. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell button to receive all new.